his own home.
Right.
Yes. Utapata wengine usi tunamjua sana ishi hapa. Personally, I'd be affected. Personally, my house was brought down in 2021.
Okay.
Yes. After began the
program had commenced.
Yes.
Okay.
Personally, and I was almost being covered with the house.
So
in the middle of the night,
you have an organization helping,
and I also
those who are affected by floods,
and I'm also affected.
Okay.
So like people surrounding him also can be a challenge to us. They cannot allow you to meet the MCA. Nilikwambia even Jesus alikataliwa. Mtu amejua tu huyu tu ni wa huko, anataka kuambia MCA nini?
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Or anataka hiyo shida yako uende umwambie yenda apeleki huko.
Okay.
Chembo Media, amplifying voices, inspiring change.
Hello Chembo community, welcome to Beyond the Coast Show. Beyond the Coast Show is a program that focuses on excavating the impact of various organizations as well as the cause they represent. Today I have a very special guest who will be notifying us on the impact they've made to our various communities where they represent. I have
Linda Achinogora. I come from Kolwa Compassionate Hearts. Kolwa Compassionate Hearts, and I'm here as a coordinator of the organization. It is a CBO in Kolwa. Kolwa Compassionate Hearts was started in 2020 during the Corona period.
Yes.
And the main reason we began the CBO was to touch the hearts. People were suffering. Many people were affected with the virus, including some of the members of the Kolwa Hearts. During that time, many things were happening. The backflow from the lake was also affecting people from the region. So we saw the need of having a CBO to help this community at large. And the main reason why also we began the CBO in Kolwa was to address the challenges people have, like for instance the on and off floods and the migration of the people due to that flooding effects. So Kolwa Hearts came in hand to help this community at large.
Okay, so like you're insinuating that what prompted you to start the Kolwa Compassionate Hearts was the coronavirus?
Not really, but we were looking at the effects, the challenges the community had by that time. Like I said, there was a backflow affecting people. So many people are already, they're wondering what next. It is something that, like it happened some 30 years ago when we heard from the elder people from that side. So it was a menace that was bringing like problem to people, like what is this? They have never seen that. Like many the people who experienced that backflow, most of them had died. Most of them had gone to other places like Rabur.
Oh, yeah.
So they were wondering what is this. That's why Kolwa Heart came, and in that Corona also came. So we were dealing with two things at a time.
So you are dealing with coronavirus at the same time there were floods.
Yes.
So why the name Compassionate Hearts? Because does it somehow resonate with the flooding and the virus?
Yes. Compassionate Heart is a heart that welcomes all to give that peace or to give that comfort. Yes. In the law we tell them chuny mar nguono. Yes. Okay. So to accommodate every person's. Why that name? During this time, then we realized they needed psychosocial. For instance, we find somebody who is handicapped.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how she'll move from that place where the waters are already flooding his home or her home, and where next. So Kolwa Heart will come in for psychosocial, as we look for what next, how we can help. Yes.
Now, what are some of your thematic areas that you are now focusing on as a CBO?
We are looking at the climate change. We are looking at economic empowerment. And also we are looking at, we have community wellness. Yeah.
In recent days, we've witnessed that climate change patterns has changed. Now, how has your organization ensured that it resonates with the climate change patterns within the community that you are operating in?
Okay, thank you. As we all know that climate change is a natural thing, but also we learned that human activities has contributed to this. And that's why we find like the common climate effect that is felt in our operational area is flood. So we are trying to, not trying, but what we do as an organization, we encourage the community to have the habit of tree planting to help curb this climate thing. Because you see, recently, even the water in the sea level or the lake level has decreased because of overheating. And we find like in our area of operation, there are no trees. Yes. Along the rivers, the erosion has also occurred. When the floods comes, it washes away the soil, the topsoil. Yeah. So you find that we are encouraging the people we are working with, these are the community, to have the tendency or the habit of tree planting. We make it as a daily thing. Don't wait for the National Tree Planting Day or be told that plant trees, but we encourage them to have tree nursery so that when it comes a reasonable height, they do the tree transplant.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, we have the bamboo. We are advocating for bamboos. The county government, if they will help us to have some bamboos. Bamboos retains water a lot, and it can be planted or be put along the water, along the rivers. That is, it will help. That water will not overflow, but the bamboo will retain them along the rivers back to the lake.
Now, tukiongea about rivers and lake.
Yes.
You know, rivers covers a very wide area, and lakes also covers a very wide area. Now, Kolwa Compassionate Hearts operates within which region? And what are some of the vulnerable communities that you can point out that they are always vulnerable to flooding?
Kolwa Compassionate Hearts, from the name Kolwa, we work in the whole Kolwa East. That is from Chiga to Orongo.
Okay.
The Nyandiwa part, that's the end of it.
So Kolwa East is a ward? Or?
It's a ward.
Okay.
Yes. And we find that in this Kolwa East as a whole, we cannot say that only Orongo are being affected. Remember, it is a plain land. The Kolwa East is a plain place. All the waters from Nandi Hills begin affecting the people from Chiga as we come down.
Okay.
So we find the Chiga people are affected, coming around where Bue are affected, and the ones that we've seen, because Kolwa began from Orongo, and that's where our input mostly has come in, is Orongo. We see that floods, people moves. For instance, in 2021, it was an hiccup to us, because our whole community was out. The whole community.
The entire community of Kolwa East?
I'm talking of specifically in Orongo.
Okay.
Yes. A whole community over 1,000 people were displaced at once.
Okay.
Yes. And this was because the floods came and the backflow was also come. So these two waters met at a point.
Okay.
Yes.
So
and
in conclusion, you are trying to say Orongo, in Kolwa East, Orongo is the most vulnerable when it comes to flooding?
Yes, I can say that. Orongo Alara. Orongo and Alara. Because all these waters from Chiga will come downward and converge in this place. And being that this place is also the nearest to the lake.
Okay.
We have rivers, like you say, how river and lake come to this thing. We have rivers, for example, we have Obuso, we have Nyamria, we have the other one in Kawese. Also those branches from Chiga coming, all they drain their waters to the lake.
Okay.
We have River Luanda also. And Orongo can also be affected because of River Nyamasaria. When it is when it overflows, all this water comes back to this side.
Okay.
So you can imagine all these waters in one place.
Okay, so the backflow from the river,
From the lake.
Yes, and the flow from the highlands,
Yes.
meets at Orongo.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how do you assess when creating awareness about climate change and flooding? How do you assess this region, this community? How do you assess so that you can create that awareness?
Okay, we always encourage them to attend these public participations.
Okay.
Where we have partners like Floca. When we as the CBO, we can tell the Floca, the people in this region, they have this problem, these challenges, and we need help, a handing in help to them, and to the community themselves to affirm this. So when we encourage them to attend the public participation, they'll speak, and the CBO will come to their aid there. Yes. Also, as I said before, we always tell them to plant trees. The only solution is tree planting. Yes, this will help even the climate change. Yes.
So as much as you are advocating for tree planting,
yes,
are there sort of support that as an organization you are giving to the community to ensure that your advocacy is met to the latter?
Yes.
Okay.
We do trainings to them. We also encourage them. Apart from tree planting, they have kitchen garden. Yes.
Okay.
And we also have, like I said, I'll talk to the Floca. Though Floca has not funded us, but being that we know they are capable, that's why we encourage them to go to public participation.
Okay.
If we talk and the community back us up, in the near future, Floca will come into our aid. Okay. Yes, so that we help this community at large.
Are there some community-based alerting systems that you tell the communities so that they can be aware of the coming floods?
Yes, we have an alerting system.
Yes.
Like our members, we always have this door-to-door talk to them. Whenever we realize that there is some, even the flood, like now we are expecting rains to come, we've already started telling them, go to higher places, anza mapema, don't wait for that flood to come and hit you so that you start crying, help me. Another alerting system that we have as a CBO, we use the chief and the village elders to help us talk to these people. We cannot do it ourselves. Like, we need other people to help us do this. Okay. So as we go also door to door, as we meet in the groups and talk to them, we also tell chief and the village elders to help us talk to the community at large. Yes.
Now, do you have at least community-led initiatives to improve drainage systems or elevate homes in flood-prone areas?
Yes, I can say yes and I can say no, because the system that we have, it is ourselves. We do that ourselves.
The drainage system?
Yes.
As a community?
As a community, but now we do it as a CBO.
Okay, as a CBO. So
yes. Mnajitokelezea tunafanya.
Mnachimba drainage to help curb these flooding issues.
Yes, hata kufagia market. Like climate change, many things brings about climate change. Okay. Yes, we do the drainage ourselves, and in the near future, we'll want to initiate the youth that we always work with. We have youth groups that we always work with. The only initiative we've done to these youth groups, we've ensured they have their tree planting seedlings and they sell. Remember, Kolwa has also worked with economic stability. So we cannot just have youth or group that does nothing. At the end of the day, we want youth to have something that, if they can put their effort in, they can have money back to their pockets. All right. Yes.
So when you talk about economic and everything, are there some key projects that we can say Kolwa Compassionate Hearts is currently undertaking to address flooding areas?
The only thing that you're doing is planting trees. And I'll emphasize on that.
So it's just planting trees?
That's what we began with.
Okay.
Yes, because as I said before, the area lacks trees.
All right.
And we are also discouraging community to stop deforestation. Stop cutting trees.
Okay.
Yes, but instead of cutting them, plant them. And again, another thing that we've done, apart from planting trees, we have also something like briquettes, energy saving stoves, I can say, or things that can, instead of using the firewood, we can have an alternative. We have the solars also. Yeah.
So planting trees is the only project as of now?
As for now is there, and we have coming in the near future, maybe in a month time, we're going to have stoves that we are working on to help to give this community.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, are you working on any initiative to improve also green infrastructure?
Yes.
What are some of them?
We have the briquettes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The briquettes?
Briquettes are made of sugarcane, the remains of sugarcane. Yes.
Okay.
And after when they are made, you can use them as firewoods, and we have special stoves for them also. That's what I'm saying. In the next 1 month, they'll be operational.
Okay.
Yes.
And how do you at least incorporate climate change projections into your climate, into your flood mitigation planning?
Oh, like now, we know by April there will be floods, and we are prepared for that. So when we project climate change with this, that's why I talked of having county government to help us with bamboos, to help, if they can be planted, these early rains along the rivers, they would have stuck. So when these waters comes, they'll have something that will retain them there, so that we won't have that flooding. And I can say a thank you. The other time Kolwa Hearts we met, we attended the public participation late last year.
Yes.
And it is by good chance our cries were heard, and already the infrastructure is ongoing at Orongo. Yes.
Okay.
We have the culverts being brought at Orongo, and already the roads and the water drainages, the county government has come into our head.
All right.
Yeah, we complained, we talked to them, and they're already working on that.
Okay.
Yes.
When you talk about the government,
Yes.
now, how do you collaborate with the local government, which is Kisumu County government, and agencies to address flood management issues?
Like I said, we don't have any funding or anything, but what we can engage with them when we go to this public participation, that's why we can get the government at hand.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, have you by any chance so far approached the local government with what you are doing?
Yeah, the chief is aware.
Okay.
The chief, I can say is and the MCA.
Okay.
Yeah, they know what we are doing. Also, we are working with the Disaster Management Committee of Orongo. Yes. These are the local people administrative that we are working with.
Okay.
Yes.
And the entire Kisumu County officials?
We've not.
You've not yet approached them?
No, we've not met them.
But at times, do they chip in to come and rescue flooding issues at your place?
Yes, they come like last year. It was last year they came, and they came because I personally contacted she's not working the government, but some team. We've heard of team. One lady worked with team. I contacted her, and through her powers, she contacted the Red Cross, and the Red Cross were also contacted by county government through her. And they came to help us move these people from the waters. Okay. Yes.
Now, as much as you are based in Kolwa East, have you been involved in advocating for climate change, maybe at the local or at national levels? Or have you been involved in any program outside Orongo advocating for climate change?
No, I've not. As a person, no.
As a person, no.
Yeah.
And as a CBO, as any member or maybe any official been involved in such?
No, CBO not involved. The only thing, like I'll still insist, the only where we meet with these government people or the local administrative is when we go to the public participation.
Okay.
And maybe one-on-one with the chief, because the chief is right behind us. Yes.
Okay.
One-on-one with the chief, yes, but with these county government officials, yeah.
Now, I've heard you mention of somebody team.
Yeah.
Makes me want to ask you, how do you partner with other community organizations or tackle climate change related challenges?
Okay, team. I contacted team because they have called me for some meetings. With them they are doing advocacy and lobbying and advocacy. And I could not get how I could help these people or how Kolwa Hearts alone, because we walked through night in cold water as Kolwa, helping these people to move out of water that day. So the following day, it was now we were now like, how can we've already moved them? We've got them maybe 2 kilos of sugar. They make some teas.
Yeah.
Now what else? We need some more support. Is when I remember these people. They always lobby and advocate for people in the community, and that's why when I called her, she helped Kolwa, not me now.
Okay.
Now she helped Kolwa to reach the county.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever partnered with any other organization, maybe doing the same thing you are doing, or maybe is relating with what you are doing, so they come in to help?
Not. The only organization we've partnered with is on another thing, that is health.
Okay.
Yes, and we partnered with the STADA. STADA is in Alendu.
Okay.
And they gave us some sanitary pads for our youths. Yes. And we another partner that we have is Shofco. Shofco comes in when we have training for our youths and young mothers.
Okay.
Yes. So when we have such forums with them, we call Shofco also to come in for their efforts.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your primary source of funding for your organization's climate change and flood mitigation activities? Because in Kenya, everything costs money.
Yes. All these things come from within us.
As
we want
individuals.
to be as individuals,
members of the organization.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have a way we do this fundraising.
Okay.
Like on a weekly basis, the organization has a limit that each and every person has to deposit in the account. We have a bank account. Yes.
Okay.
So this money every week, like every Saturday, you have to send some amount in the account.
Okay.
Just if we have any activity, we can have something to do with. Like with the trees, we have our seedlings. We began our seedlings.
Yes.
So we want to go do some tree planting, we'll just go to our seed beds and take our seedlings. Because it was hectic to buy trees every time and then. So we find like instead of buying trees here every time we want to do some tree planting, let's have our seeds.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now,
but source of funding, it is just ourselves.
As individuals.
Yes.
Makes me want to ask you that in Kolwa East, as a coordinator, is it something that you are doing as a job, or is something you are doing to extend your kindness to the community?
Now, yes. Yes, for now it's my full-time job.
Okay.
I'm doing that like as a coordinator. I have to get everything moving.
All right.
The director also is there, though is committed somewhere else, and we cannot let organization be there without anybody to make it run.
Right.
So for now, I'm fully working there.
All right.
Yes.
Now that you are fully in the organization, what are some of the strategies that you've put in place to monitor and evaluate the effectiveness of your flood mitigation programs?
We have groups that we're working with,
Okay.
and these groups we give them the mandate. We've already trained them, we've talked to them, they know. We give them the mandate to make sure that they maintain the environment.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So we always have like different groups meet different days. So whenever we're going to that group, let's say they are meeting on Monday.
Okay.
Show us your kitchen gardens, show us your trees that you've planted. Are you really watering them, or we've just let them? Umepandisha miti ukacheka kauka. Yeah. So it is us to work. We are working these groups. Personally, we cannot do that, but this group that we are working with, we've been mandated them to do for us the maintenance.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, what are the biggest challenges your organization faces in addressing climate change and flooding in your community?
Number one is finances.
Finances.
Yes.
Okay.
As much as we've tried writing proposals here and there, we've never gotten any yet. We have a challenge in finance. As much as we are doing it from within ourselves, you cannot have that money like every day. For instance, your target should be 500 a week. Person like me, I'm fully there. If I don't have any other money from anywhere, to mean that I cannot, and any other money I get it from my own house. Yeah. I have to get money from my husband now. That to translate, that is yes. You'll find another person also have the same challenge. So it will be like you strive. Yeah, that's a bigger challenge.
Okay.
Then another challenge, even Jesus was rejected in his own home.
All right.
Yes. Utapata wengine usi tunamjua sana ishi hapa.
Oh, so you live in Kolwa East?
Yes.
And are you always being affected with the flood?
Personally, I'd be affected. Personally, my house was brought down in 2021.
Okay.
Yes. After began
your program had commenced.
Yes.
Okay.
Personally, and I was almost being covered with the house.
So
in the middle of the night.
You have an organization helping,
and I also
those who are affected by floods.
And I'm also affected.
Okay.
Yes.
How did you solve such a problem? Did you solve it completely, or you still have bado floods zikikuja kama ni wakati wa mvua, you have to run for your life?
Even if you come right now,
all right,
behind my house are full of trees. Yes. This is what we now told people. Have drainages. Utapata in between shamba la mtu kuna drainage. In between kuna drainage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And that one cannot still help. Even though this time waters did not reach our home. Yes. But lazima utatembea kwa maji. Yes.
Okay.
And not only me, even other members of Kolwa Hearts, they were also affected. The same thing.
So it's somehow a group of people who have felt
the impact.
Of floods.
Yes.
And what floods can do.
Yes.
Now that we have so many projects that the national government and the county governments are always initiating to ensure that disasters are maintained, or at least they are contained. Have you met somebody in national or county government mwenye unasema we are being affected by floods in our community, come rescue us?
No, as an organization, no, we've not gotten any. But as a community, we have, for example, we have World Food Program. They visited us last year,
right,
including World Food Program assisted me.
World WFP.
Food, yes.
All right.
Apart from World Food Program, we have also Red Cross, including me. I was assisted.
As much as you are in the organization.
As much as I'm in the organization.
So wakikuja kukusaidia, do they come in to assist the individuals, or they are coming in to assist the organization, assist other people?
When they come in, they come for the community. It's like one of the organizations, they don't recognize us.
All right.
Yeah.
So you are not in their radar.
Yes, utambia mtu like we are the CBO here working with people like who knows you.
Okay.
You see? Na nakujua. You see, as much chief knows us, chief this is the organization I'm working with my area, but tujui.
Okay.
So watakuja, that's why I'm including me. Nachanganywa kwa hiyo mix ya kila mtu.
All right.
Yes.
So we can say it has been a challenge getting in touch with the disaster management committees, either at the national level and the county level.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what are your future plans to expand your climate change, adaptation and flooding mitigation work?
Like now we're working on a proposals. If we can get finances, I think that we can, just from Chiga. Remember, we are not working only in Orongo. We want this thing to come from Chiga. And our plan is like, if we can manage, if we can have even a dam to collect all these waters placed in Chiga. And we have even this large scale farming, like when they harvest water there,
all right,
they can do rice farming there, the other side. Yes. And also this down one here. Remember also, apart from that surface runoff from Chiga, we have River Nyamasaria, we have other small rivers flowing this side. If you can have another dam down here to collect all these waters, yeah, we can help this community at large.
All right.
Yes.
Now, how do you plan to at least adapt your strategies to address potential changes in climate patterns in the future?
Number one, I'll wish if the government or the bodies that are working with are dealing with climate change, if they can recognize us and even call us for their sermons or their meetings.
Okay.
Yeah. We need also, despite the fact that we're doing this, also we need capacity building. We need somebody to hold us and teach us and tell us not only tree planting, not only kitchen gardening, not only this, but you can also do this. Yeah.
Okay.
Learning continues.
Learning, okay.
Yeah. So if you can have somebody who can also hold us and take us through, we can appreciate that. We are fortunate in Kolwa East as a whole. We are the only working CBO.
Oh, you are the only working CBO?
Yes, in Kolwa East as a whole.
Trying to mitigate flooding?
Yes.
And yet the MCA has not at least recognized what you are doing? Nobody,
apart from area chief, what I said, apart from area and the people around. The people who are ground.
Why do you think this might have been a challenge, that you've not met the area MCA and make him aware or her aware of what you're doing? The challenge, I can say, maybe getting to him is kind of hard. Personally, I tried talking to his manager. Okay. Yeah. And what she told me, wezi pata jatelo kwa sasa, is busy. You see, is busy. If you want to go to him, maybe when they very early in the morning, kama hajatoka. Kama hajatoka. And you cannot time. Wezi jo kama alilala, pengine utaenda hakulala nyumbani ama hayuko. So like people surrounding him also can be a challenge to us. They cannot allow you to meet the MCA. Nilikwambia even Jesus alikataliwa. Mtu amejua tu huyu tu ni wa huko, anataka kuambia MCA nini? All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Or anataka hiyo shida yako uondo mwambie yenda apeleke huko. Okay. All right. Now that we are coming to the end of this interview today, maybe if I have forgotten something that you'd want me to be aware, or Chimbo Media team to be aware about flood mitigation and the entire climate change in your organization. Like I say, we sacrifice ourselves. These are the money that help us run the organization. Organization has to run. And at times utapata like we've used even like 10,000. Kupata that 10,000 back ni shida. Yes. And things have to move. Yeah. Like the other time we were to launch our CBO, we didn't launch. Okay. Why? Tukiangalia logistics zetu.
things were not adding up. Yes.
Okay.
And that's what we call, if we can get these donors, somebody who can hold our hands and help Kolwa is to arise, we can really appreciate.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you have something great, you have something good going on, but it has not gotten the visibility it needs. So maybe if you can address somebody who is responsible, who can be interested in whatever it is that you are doing.
Like I say, Kolwa Compassionate Hearts is a CBO that operates in Kolwa East as a whole. You, our viewer, I'll call upon you. I'll call upon the county government. I'll call upon the national government that come to the aid of Kolwa Hearts to help mitigate this climate change and the challenges the community at large get. We, the people of Kolwa Hearts, we need a change. We need to go back to Namthoi, where our agriculture was taking place. People in Kolwa have no lands. People in Kolwa have nowhere to do their agriculture. And Kolwa Hearts coming in for these people. We need you to come in and help us. Help us bring up this community at large. To reach Kolwa Hearts, we have our LinkedIn account, Kolwa Compassionate Hearts. We have our Facebook account, Kolwa Compassionate Hearts. And we have the number that you can get us with is 0701 242 063, or the director's number 0724 167 515.
Asante sana Chembo community. Today I've been hosting Kolwa East Compassionate Hearts CBO, which is operating within Kolwa East Ward, and we've been privileged to hear from them and the entire mitigation plans that they have been having for flooding. I hope you've enjoyed the show, and do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe on our channel. Have been your host, Billy Mboya. See you next time.
When Jesus was rejected in his own home.
Right.
Yes. Utapata wengine huyu tunamjua sana ishi hapa. Personally, I'd be affected. Personally, my house was brought down in 2021.
Okay.
Yes. After began the
program had.
Yes.
Okay.